Dear God, I got one question. I need to know, do revolutionaries go to heaven? And if so, may their legacies last forever and their seeds grow. Tell them that we love them so and never let them die slow. It's like we cursed to be born black. We was kings and queens, now look where we at. I know it won't be long before we take it back. I just hope I live long enough to see it happen, and that's a fact. Cause one thing when you pro-black, you might love your people, but they may not love you back. For more than 400 years, we've been under attack. We survived slavery and then they gave us crack. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? 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 I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope so. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I wanna know. Do revolutionaries go to heaven? I hope.
Peace, can you hear me?
Peace, King. How you feeling? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Oh, okay, man. First and foremost, I gotta thank you for coming on the platform. It's definitely an honor to have you on the show, man.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it. I know we've been trying to get it connected for a while. It's just going back and forth.
Right. But I mean, it worked out because I got a chance to, dig deeper into your catalog, man. You don't work with so many phenomenal artists, and you know what I'm saying. You're a big part of the soundtrack to a lot of our lives. The rappers, they always get the credit and the shine, but the producers, man.
Yeah, I got a big beef with that, but we'll go into it.
Right.
It seems like the producers are just kind of like the producers don't get no real love in this whole thing, man. It's an interesting dynamic to where we are right now in music.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's why I'm on to take it all the way back. So for the viewers who may not recognize you, I know they definitely familiar with some of your music, but let them know who you are and definitely where you're from.
But this Jugrnaut of Arkatech Beatz. We're a production duo out of New York. Shout out to my partner Mike Trauma D. He couldn't really be on with me right now, but we're basically producers from New York. I'm from the Bronx. He's from Brooklyn. We're actually cousins. That kind of was just getting together, putting music together on the weekends, and then everything just kind of just started to go, crazy. So we produce for some of our biggest ones would be like the rest in peace Big Pun, Prodigy, Nas, The Game, Raekwon, RZA, to the newer stuff in Atlanta. So then I moved to Atlanta to kind of keep our situation going, and then we started to do like the Waka Flockas and then the Killer Mikes, and then we started to do the whole Alley Boy, Little Keed, and who else? Sahai, Freddie Gibbs. Like you name them, we did early Meek Mill. You name them, we pretty much did a lot of folks coming. Like a lot of artists. Like we're somewhere in producing for a lot of artists. Max B, Jadakiss, you name it, we've kind of done it. So like I said, we started early. I started early when I had a studio in the BX, and then my cousin started to kind of come through on the weekends, at the behest of my parents, and this, we started coming together, and then he wound up going to audio engineering school, wound up getting an internship at Loud Records. They just did the BET 30-year thing. Started the mail room, got promoted to A&R, and then that's how we started to really kind of bring in the beat tapes and started to kind of poly with with some of the artists. Big Pun was probably the first one, and the rest is history.
Man, that's amazing, man. You got such a vast catalog. I mean, you worked with some of the giants, some of the best musicians on the planet
that ever did it. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's kind of like, and then like that's really the thing, was our transition from New York to now go to the ATL, do them again, and then kind of get up with the Shorty Lows of the world, and rest in peace to him as well, and just being able to kind of navigate both sides of it, being, you know, the up north and then the down south.
Right,
So
being able
we've
to
been real good at
adapt.
being able to do that.
That's what's up, man. Now I wanted to say that's a blessing. Now you said you working with your family. You know what I'm saying? So obviously your family got like
Yeah.
y'all musically inclined, but to be able to do what you love and make money and, you know, meet so many great people, man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Let me see. Now I wanted to ask you this: by you being from the Bronx, that's like the Mecca. That's where it all started at. So, how did you first get exposed to hip hop? Was it something you seen on TV or something you heard on the radio, or was the park jams and everything else already going on at that time?
So that's the funny thing is because like you know, I got a older brother, and he was like in that scene, like, you know what I mean, like in that breakdancing scene, and kind of exposed us to that first, you know, that big hip hop record in the early '80s, The Message and Sugar Hill Gang and all of that. And then you know, he brought that home, and then folks was breakdancing in the streets and that type of stuff. So kind of that early exposure to it. And but our parents are originally from Jamaica. So, you know, they came here. They came here, you know, my cousin's parents, they landed in Brooklyn. We landed in the BX. But um it's like, you know, they would kind of have they wanted us to be into music. So I had a piano in the house. My mother trying to put in a piano in the house, and we used to take lessons, but never really thought that it was going to be anything with that. You know, I always told her that I wanted to go into business. I never really told her that I wanted to do music business. I always wanted to go into business. So it was just, you know, I had gone to college for that. And then, you know, I was just trying to just get into the situation because at one point I wanted to rap. But the real short of the story is that I wanted to rap, but couldn't get anybody to give us any beats. So because nobody would give us beats, that's when I really started to kind of dive into it and say, okay, I'm going to produce it myself. And a lot of it just started to become like that. And then once I built up the studio in the Bronx, that had different people coming through. And then once my cousin kind of got wind of it, and then we just kind of joined forces with it. And then anytime I upgraded my equipment, I would just give him the other equipment. And then we just started to put things together that way.
Man, that's what's up. That's amazing, man. I appreciate you sharing that.